What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Backstage Ballers. This is an extremely special one because it's our first on-site interview. I'm one host. My name is Ross Cogan. I'm here with the co-owner of Ballers Nation,
Michael. What's up, guys?
And finally, I'm here, guest appearance by Mikey Domagala, owner of NBA Buzz. What's up, Mikey?
What's up, guys? I appreciate you having me on. Here we are in Manhattan, snowy day.
That's right. I mean,
Yes,
stay warm. You know, I'm telling you, it's crazy out there. I mean,
snowing outside.
Barely feel my fingers walking around. So, pretty much, it's going to be a nice light interview here. Got some questions for you, but I think really I want it to be more of just a conversation about the social media space and how we kind of incorporate our passion for basketball, into content and into these different social media platforms that we use. So let's start off with this first little question here, and I want to talk about the importance of starting young, which I think is something that all three of us have in common, regardless of the platform. I feel like in order to succeed in a space, in a social media environment, you almost have to start young when views are organic and everything spreads really well. And I know you did that with NBA Buzz on Facebook, actually, is where you started. Unlike us, we started on Instagram. Could you just tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I started NBA Buzz when I was 12 years old in 2012. And yeah, I agree with you. Starting young, you start from the bottom of the barrel, basically. So you're allowed to just grow like wildfire. So I grew all the way from zero. I'm now at 2.5 million on Facebook.
Crazy. That is absurd.
131,000 on Instagram. And yeah, it's very important and especially us. We found out what we want to do, like with sports and through social media.
So I like that, and I mean I want to ask. So you said you started on Facebook. Did you start like with a personal account and realize I can do more than just post updates of my life, or is it more like did you know right off the bat you wanted to start posting basketball content? How did you get into that? Like where did your passion come from?
So I always loved basketball and stuff like that, and I was trying to get in on other pages to create content for them and make posts. And they saw that I was only 12 years old, so they didn't like that, and they didn't really, I guess, trust me to do it or my knowledge of basketball.
No one ever does.
Their first mistake.
Yeah,
exactly.
I would have trusted mine.
So, I started myself, and that's January 17, 2012. It's been going ever since. Haven't missed a day of posting, and,
You should reach
That's
out
great.
to them and tell
It's a
them what's up.
grind.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't even want to do that,
right. They don't deserve it.
I eclipsed the page. NBA Talk is what it was. They had 500,000 at the time, and I eclipsed them in a few years, and
Really?
no looking back.
I mean, using other pages as almost like a milestone or a goal is a good feeling because once you pass them, it's like, how's the weather over there?
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you were established on Facebook first, and Facebook's ginormous, and now you transferred over to Instagram. So what was that transition like, and how did that all work out? Was it easy, hard?
So, first off, why I did it is because if you put yourself on more platforms, more people could see you.
Right. And
I got in Instagram a little late, about 2 years ago. So, 2017, 18-ish. Facebook, I started in 2012. So, I wanted my platform, NBA Buzz, on another platform for more athletes. You could track the athletes that follow
Right.
you on Instagram.
Yes.
On Facebook, you can't. And I'm sure a ton do. Aaron Gordon follows, is what I know. And Mo Bamba.
Okay.
So, it's pretty cool.
Got the Magic representing the
Yeah,
page.
exactly.
Were you able to promote on Facebook to get your followers over to Instagram?
I usually do in comments.
Comments, yeah.
I don't promote. I never put a dime into NBA Buzz other than logos and stuff like that. But no, I've never promoted like that. Just in comments to do you want to see this on Instagram? Follow us.
We've experimented with promoting a few posts, but I've noticed that the promotions that reach the most audience or reach the best audience, I guess is better, are the ones that are more simple, and a lot of our posts just have too many aspects to them, so it wasn't even worth it, we found.
Yeah, I would agree with it. I can tell you right now it's a scam.
Yeah.
So if you pay Facebook to show it to more people, if you stop, they're going to show it to less people, so you keep paying to show it to more people. That's why I never got in on that train, because I'm all organic.
And that's the way to go.
Yeah, I have a 30 million monthly reach on Facebook, so that's all organic.
30 million.
Yeah, that's crazy. So now we just talked about your transition, or I guess almost transfer of following from your introduction from Facebook to Instagram. Now, I feel like, and many people may disagree, I feel like there's one of those transitional periods coming up soon. And I'm not exactly sure where yet. If you think you know where, what platform, where this content's all going to be released. Now, I know in general, people's attention spans in this day and age are extremely short, very small.
Getting shorter.
People need to see things, to the point. No long intros, right? Get right to the point. Now, TikTok has come about with, lots and lots of conversation of, all these organic views, things going viral that do not deserve to go viral. Is TikTok the way of the future in terms of posting basketball content, or do you think, how long will Instagram last? Because right now, Instagram's where it's at.
Yes. To be honest, we were talking about this off camera a little bit. I'm going to start on TikTok soon.
Okay.
It's just...
Was that because of me?
That was because of you, so
Okay.
I'll give you that credit. But the thing is TikTok the way to go? Because all you see a lot of like BS, like funny videos
Right.
on there. Like
They're funny.
It's a lot of young kids using it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you look at the numbers, I'm sure the audience range is like 10 to 23,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Like the bulk of it.
There's no adults on there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, and Instagram, you are right about the quick clips on TikTok, which would do well.
Yes.
And that's kind of why Instagram TV hasn't exactly popped off. Like, people post, like, long episodes of
I've
things.
posted 15. They max out at 15, and I use all 15, of those minutes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, why not just put a link to YouTube and they could watch the full thing? So, like, Instagram TV is a little questionable. Going back to TikTok, though, it's an awesome platform. Like, me and my girlfriend watch it all the time. We laugh about videos. For NBA content and basketball content, I'm not really sure.
I'll tell you, and this is where I stand in terms of the possible transition to TikTok. I've been on the platform a little bit, but nothing enough to share my opinion as something that's definite or a fact. But I do know that there's nobody that posts sports updates or rumors or news and sits at a table and considers it a more of a formal environment for sports news, and I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that anywhere. Now, and there's really nothing stopping me from going home after this and being the first to do that. And I know that just based off the platform and how, seeing the other things that have gone viral, I'd get a following. Now, is it worth it? It's different. You got to be a game changer.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. TikTok is still so early. I got in on Facebook so early. Look where I'm at. I got in on Instagram late. I'm doing semi-okay with it,
Right.
So it's all about timing with everything. So I think getting in on TikTok, I think you guys should do it. Even post clips from your show. Maybe
Right.
I'll start doing with NBA content or for my show that we'll touch on later. It could work.
And I'm just going to finish this quick point off by saying, what did people think when Instagram was first introduced to the, whole social media space? Like, I'm sure people didn't see it as being, something for all this sports content that we're posting today.
Probably not.
So, that same crazy and like outlandish kind of perspective that we have on putting sports content onto TikTok could be that same thing that people were experiencing years ago when Instagram was first introduced.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And something you got to look for, what kind of monetary ways can you make money off TikTok?
That's another good point.
So, on Facebook, you can monetize. Instagram, you could promote stuff for money. On TikTok, are you going to drop a brand name in the show? Are you going to add it at the end?
People pay so much money just for a 2-second snippet of a brand name right there.
True. It's true. So, but it'll be a growing platform, for
100%.
months and years to come.
Yeah, once people start, it's just a chain.
Mm-hmm.
More people do it. We want to get there early, so you're not the last person to do it. It's harder to grow.
Who wants to be the one person that doesn't have, this thing or a certain app, right? Everyone likes to feel included. It's just...
Yes, everyone gets on board, and slowly people drift away. Some people stay.
Yeah.
And that's how we decide. All right, so a lot of us, we're all in college right now, and a lot of responsibility. So what is it like managing your academics, your internship, and even your social media accounts, content creation?
Yeah, I got to tell you guys, over the past few weeks, it's been a little
It's
hectic.
a grind. It gets hard, right?
So I've been doing NBA Buzz for 8 years now, and I did it all through middle school, all through high school, and through college. I'm still in college. I go to LIU Post, journalism student on Long Island. So now I just got an internship at SNY in Manhattan.
Yep. How was that?
It's awesome. It's pretty cool. A lot of celebrities in and out, and
That is awesome.
doing some cool stuff in the studio. So I'm doing that, and then school. So, writing papers and writing articles for the school newspaper.
All the
and
fun stuff.
I'm the color commentator for LIU basketball. So putting all that together, it's a grind. I always have my phone with me, always have my laptop with me. I have a few guys help me out on NBA Buzz, which is a help.
The essentials.
But,
you got to carry the essentials with you, for sure.
But,
You're a big essentials guy.
I'm a big essentials guy.
Yeah.
But I try to do it all with everything and try to do everything 100% and not let anything fall.
It seems like it's going well. I mean, you're doing great so far. So.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Would you say that running NBA Buzz and having that huge Facebook and now Instagram following, would you say that that's helped you with get that internship?
Yeah, I would say so. Because I've interviewed a lot of NBA stars in the past, whether it's writing for other websites or making content and getting interviews through it, or my show Inside Buzz. So yeah, that definitely helped for sure.
I mean, numbers matter, and then it all comes down to numbers.
Mm-hmm. Helped me get into college.
There you go.
If you could say NBA Buzz got me a really good scholarship with what I'm on,
right?
Hey, it did its job.
There you go. Yeah. So I want to do a quick transition now into the branding side of things. We touched a tiny bit on it, a little bit on TikTok. But now, just more general, you do a lot of that on Instagram, I see. I see you've been kind of cross-promoting your personal a little bit with your podcast, which we'll touch on, a little bit of your personal and your podcast on your NBA account. So I want to know, how has that experience for you been with the introduction of NBA stuff on your personal account? Have you heard some feedback from people maybe at home that didn't know that you were interested in this type of stuff until you started posting on your personal? Because I've recently started with this kind of introducing my podcast onto my personal, and my experience with it has been great. I've loved it so far and received some great feedback. How's that been for you?
So everybody throughout high school knew I had NBA Buzz.
Yeah.
Like, I'd post my interviews with, like, DeMarcus Cousins that I did when I was, like, 16, 17, like Al Horford. So stuff like people would know. So, and, like... Yeah. There was articles written about me in, like, the high school newspaper, stuff like that, for interviews I did. So people knew. But really, over the last year or so, I've really been promoting my personal Instagram.
Yeah.
So, like, Buster. Yeah. Buster has a great following on Instagram.
I mean, big
he's
inspiration in the space of personal branding.
Yeah. So it's all about going full circle. So if you could tie everything together, that's how you'll boost your brand. So NBA Buzz, when I do my interviews with NBA players on Inside Buzz, the show on YouTube, post the Inside Buzz content to NBA Buzz.
Right.
Then post that to my personal. It all goes full circle, all connects, so people will see, oh, so Mikey's behind NBA Buzz, he's behind Inside Buzz. Why don't I follow what he's doing personally? Yeah. So I'm like, I still post pictures with my family, my girlfriend, and then my personal stuff because it's me, So
it's
doing you,
and it's part of your life, which I think is the biggest thing.
Yes.
And I'm sure at this point for 8 years now you've been running it. I mean, running official NBA Buzz or NBA Buzz, just that whole entity has been such a part of your life that why not include it on your personal account now? I've kind of realized that Ballers Nation takes up such a great time of my life. So that deserves to be a part of my personal account. I want to kind of diminish this, distinction between personal versus theme page and almost kind of combine the two. Mm-hmm. Because I think one thing that Michael and I kind of realized when running Ballers Nation is that it's important to put a face to the name.
Exactly.
Face to the name. I don't want to mix it up.
It's funny. I remember thinking on the train here that I want to say something like that because I was thinking on the train that I run NBA Buzz, and I've done so for so long, but in a majority of that time, it was just NBA Buzz. Now it's Mikey connected to NBA Buzz, and that's what I want people to see.
And I think that's part of it is that because we were so young, we started young, that we were a little bit afraid, how does this all work? And now that we're mature and getting older, it all comes together.
No, 1,000%, because who knows what people are... 2.5 million followers. Who knows if any? I know they're not nice. A majority of them, they're not nice people.
I mean, they're gonna say stuff.
Yeah, so they're gonna say stuff. They're gonna judge. But now it's whatever because
they're the ones looking at your content. They're taking time out of your day to watch your content.
And if you could use those people to boost your personal brands, who might help you get a job in the future, who cares what the hell they do?
Right.
It's crazy world, crazy over the internet.
Yeah.
So we've seen some really cool clips from your podcast. Do you mind telling us more about that?
Yeah, so in June of 2019, about 7 or 8 months ago, I started Inside Buzz. And that's all. It goes back to the branding. I wanted something where you don't just see the NBA Buzz post and you see that only. Now you see me connected to all of it. So I started on YouTube. I only have like 50 subscribers. I've combined, I think, 10,000 views, which is pretty nice on YouTube.
Great.
So, I do interviews. I've had Ryan Hollins on ESPN was my first guest.
How did that happen?
I just reached out to him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what people ask me. Like, somebody said, how did you get Randy Fuller on the podcast? I said, I DM'd him.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
People are nice.
You could you could take a shot in the dark and they'll answer. And if you got a nice following like you guys, me, they want to be heard.
Right.
So, Jason,
you can use that. You use like NBA Buzz. You can use those social media accounts to reach out because then they're like,
look exactly. Yeah, I don't do it on my personal.
Yeah,
I do
I
it on
know.
NBA Buzz,
Right. They gotta know.
Yeah. Josh Powell was a 2-time NBA champion with Kobe. Speedy Claxton recently. Jason Kidd's son. Asked him about, how does it feel to be the son of Jason Kidd growing up. So, yeah, that's all good stuff. I'm building a studio in my basement. I was doing some interviews like on my computer, Skype, like outside background. It's, everything's a work in progress.
So your interviews are all over the phone? Right.
Well, over like a laptop screen.
Right, over laptop. Yeah. So what do you use a certain software program to? Do you use Skype?
Zoom.
You use Zoom. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I've heard of Zoom.
Yeah.
A little bit of Zencaster, some Zoom in there. Yeah. So I mean, I've been experimenting everything with the setup that we have in our basement now. Still such a work in progress. Do we want to get like a backdrop behind it? How much?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Right. Really?
Yeah.
How? That's sick. I want to do that.
So I'm gonna get a little sneak peek for you guys. Getting brick wall wallpaper.
Okay.
There's a big NBA Buzz banner, Inside Buzz banner. Just got logos made up. Gonna start doing merchandise soon. And just like I just got a desk. I'm putting the desk up. And what I've been doing is I take the Zoom feed from the other side.
Right.
And I keep my camera like we have over there on me, and then I cut the two and combine and take all the audio and piece it all together.
See, you have to be like smart enough to figure that out. I mean, that's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but like just you got to be a natural at it.
And also, doing Inside Buzz on YouTube gave me the reason to make the studio in my basement because now I could do just NBA videos, monetize on YouTube, make money, get another following on YouTube.
Right.
So I have YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I have Twitter. So it's all a work in progress, man.
That's great. And I think on the theme of work in progress, it's a great segue into the final question, which is a little bit about advice. I ask about advice to all the guests, and I think it's really important because I know there's so many people that have the same passions as we do, that love the game of basketball, are huge NBA fans. But unfortunately, they might not know what platform to post on, when to post, what to post, how to make the posts. And do you have any advice for those people that would like to consider starting up their own thing? Maybe not on Instagram now, maybe they want to be one of the first in TikTok or the first in a different platform. But do you have any advice for those people?
Thinking, I was just kind of laughing subliminally in my head. I have good advice for these people, and I have real advice for these people. I'll start with the good advice. The good advice is, stay consistent, work hard, put out unique content and stuff like that. Right. The harsh advice is don't do it. You're way behind.
The thing is, that's so true because if you think about it, if you think you're going to beat out people to go to a different platform, the people that are on Instagram now are smart enough, have been doing this long enough to know that we have to be there first. So that we, and we all have the experience.
Well, I was going to say that. It's either you get to another platform or build first,
right?
Or you don't just start a page in 2020 on NBA basketball and think you're going to grow like wildfire.
Right,
you know what I mean?
There's so many now.
It takes time. There's so many. Like kids reach out to me. What can I do? What can I do?
First shout out.
Just stop.
You mentioned you started on Facebook 8 years ago. 8 years ago, it was different. It just was.
There was nobody on there.
Now, 8 years later, it is so much harder.
Yeah, it's either you get in or you just don't do it. Because what I tell people is either don't do the standard, make the content, post the NBA content,
right.
There's hundreds of thousands of pages out there. It's either you're going to take it on a unique angle, a whole different topic of something, or a whole different platform. Because, like I'll say it again, like it's almost mean, but it's like you're way late to start now.
Right, and I mean, I'll say now just from, I'm always scrolling through Instagram, and I see so many small accounts, for just an example, posting recaps from scores from, the previous night of basketball. And in my head, I'm like, it looks great. It's great. But, like, why would somebody – you got to give people a reason to follow your page or give people a reason to want to see your page. So what I ask is, or I at least tell myself, I say, what is stopping this person from just going to ESPN.com, typing in the 4 letters, putting a .com after it, and seeing the official scores with all the box scores and everything, too much that you can't include on one post? Why aren't they, be different? That's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's all what social media is. The pages you see who are big, I got so big on Facebook because I was different. I was making customized posts in Photoshop, Keynote, all that stuff on Mac.
Yeah.
Now I'm even more unique because I'm bringing in these players to Inside Buzz and posting the quotes to NBA Buzz.
Right.
So it's all unique stuff and making mixes and, everything. Posting videos and being quick. You got to be quick.
That's turnover time is huge.
Oh, yeah. If you sometimes I don't post things on Instagram because I was late. Just
Right.
I'll get the next one.
And I think being able to understand this, all three of us, I think understanding how it's hard to get in the game right now and understanding what you should and shouldn't post and when you should post and when not, that's a skill as well. Some people, you will get DMs all the time and they seem a little bit lost because we don't know where to direct them because they don't have it there,
Yeah, and we talked about this off camera a little bit. Sometimes some things that annoy me with the different algorithms of Instagram, Facebook, and everything. Instagram will value and reward you if you post once a day, twice a day, 5 times a week. You might have 50,000 followers and get 20,000 likes on that post. But here I am busting my butt, giving what my fans want. I'm posting 5 to 8 times a day, all unique content, what the fans want. I'm cool with getting 3,000 to 6,000 likes instead of just 20,000 on each post and posting 4 times a week.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta say, listen, Michael and I, we see so many NBA, basketball, anything in that realm of basketball, sports related accounts on Instagram all the time. And I gotta say, the 3 people in this room right now probably release near the most original content per day.
Yeah.
Has to be.
It's a grind, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of work. It's not easy.
Yeah.
You can't just think of the idea, snap, and have it right there posted. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
there's a whole backstory behind it. We talked about templates and, finding efficient ways to get all that content out. And I mean, really, it's kind of an experimental process, but also just you have to be able to learn
Yep.
and adapt.
And you got to be willing. So you got to be dedicated enough to stop whatever the hell you're doing, wherever the hell you are,
Right.
and do whatever. So I have like the Photoshop app on my phone if I'm
Yeah.
not accessible to my computer.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've been in class and I've been posting breaking news? Like I looked yesterday, February 6th trade deadline. I won't be paying attention in class
Right.
at all. I'll be making content for the deadline because
Exactly.
it's rewarding. That's what the fans want. That's how I grow so much. So you got to be dedicated and do that stuff. I might be at a wedding and got to post something.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got to be done.
Maybe your wedding on the stage will be like, just one second.
Well, that I might take like my first night off ever.
Okay,
So
there you go. You'll
who
post it on the
knows?
story. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Night
yeah.
off.
Yep.
All right, well, Mikey, thank you. You were a great speaker, great guest, and it was a pleasure having you on the Backstage Ballers podcast.
Guys, thanks a lot. I mean, I'll be promoting this the second it's out.
Oh, yeah.
You guys send me any of
Appreciate
the clips you got.
We got you.
Also, I want to say one more thing.
Go for it.
A big platform that we didn't talk about off stage or that's very underrated.
LinkedIn. Yup.
LinkedIn is a thing.
Yeah.
Extremely organic. You could post whatever, it could pop off, and the benefit, you get your own name out there. You get your name out there to adults that are looking to hire you,
Yeah.
who see what you're doing in your personal life. That's why I've been pretty
Right.
big on LinkedIn recently.
That is
We
true.
have not, I don't think, invested
Yeah.
enough into that.
Yeah, we have to look more into it.
Yeah, look
for
into
sure.
it. I mean, you guys are students, and you guys can find jobs through it. Like LinkedIn was straight job search,
Right.
like 2 or 3 years ago. Now it's like a social media brand where
Yep.
people post stories, posts, and
'Cause it's a way to get yourself out there. And like you
Exactly.
said, with employers, literally, that's where they're stationed. on there.
exactly. So if they see something,
Who's
was that
this?
was that kid that just interviewed
Yeah,
you?
we need to
You
hire
know?
someone today, so let's see what this guy's
Exactly.
got.
And honestly, in the end of the day, people have time. People are sitting down for hours on end on their phones, scrolling through, and the odds of them seeing something, if they like one thing on, about basketball on LinkedIn, odds of them running across your content, they keep scrolling down, they're going to find it. Someone's going
Yeah.
to see it and someone's going to like it.
Yep.
Yeah, even if they see a graphic, how'd you make that graphic? Can
Right.
you make me graphics?
Right.
Even if it's not for a job, a little gig to make some money. You never know That's the big thing about being on social media. Sorry, I know we're prolonging.
No, you're good. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. Because being on you never know who's going to see it. Damian Lillard commented on NBA Buzz post before, Mo Bamba, I said. Then again, like, getting hired at SNY, like, I made sure to connect with all the people there so they could see what I do and apply it to the job, and maybe they'll hire me after the internship.
It's networking.
Exactly.
I think so many people are afraid to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunities
Seriously.
come from everywhere. You
Yeah.
never know when it's going to happen. It could be, you could think, I'm never going to get an opportunity.
Yeah.
Literally the next day, you see
Exactly.
someone reach out to you.
Exactly.
Just 2 days ago, I was sitting at work, nothing related to sports or media at all, and I had near an hour conversation, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, hour conversation to somebody who has a lot of experience in sports broadcasting. And I didn't know that until I said, "Hey, what's up?" and we started talking.
That's all it takes.
That's it.
You might be running into brick wall after brick wall after brick wall, but you got to eventually run through that brick wall, and you'll get there
Right.
or meet somebody who will bring you there.
Yeah. Take 40 no's to get one yes, and it's worth
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Well, that will conclude this episode of Backstage Ballers. I'm really glad we got that final portion in. I think that was very, very valuable, especially to the whole point of the podcast, trying to cover all perspectives of the sport and the media side of things. So, Mikey, I really appreciate you coming on.
It's great having
Guys, thanks a lot again.
Awesome.
I'll be willing to come on anytime.
Oh, yeah.
I'll anytime
Bet.
in the future,
We'll call.
talk about anything.